Where's this? Mesa, Arizona?
Mesa, Arizona?
Mesa, Arizona. It was a beautiful drive on the way in for sure. Is this, will it move?
Oh, a little sideways?
Yes. Don't touch it, Michael Todd. You're going to jack it up again.
Let's move it back just a little bit. I'll get the... too close of a shot of us. There we go.
Oh, how fun.
That's a little sideways. Son of a bitch. Come on, cooperate, you damn thing. Oh, it's still good.
You guys, it's good.
This is going to be the whole lot.
The good news is that in editing, I can cut the front off, okay?
Why would you cut that off? That's the best part about it.
I'm not supposed to be in this, but now it's moved back far enough. But anyways.
You could sit maybe in that chair.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
So are you guys in?
Let's see if I can mess it up some more.
Don't touch it. Don't touch anything. Don't even breathe.
All right. Yeah. So
there's your list.
We have talking points, John.
All right.
How do you like that?
Professional.
That's when my wife does all the work, and I just read the stuff she tells me.
Oh, I need my glasses to be able to read that, though.
Don't worry about it. I
Michael,
got
scoot
it.
over this way. You're
All right.
up the edge.
So, couple things we're gonna.
Did you
talk.
even move?
I did.
John, quit running.
He just is like. Man,
am I small next to you? What the hell?
I'm a little bit more disappointed you haven't talked about how big I am.
You are pretty damn big.
Because every time I see you in the past, you're like, oh, I thought you'd be bigger. Because you'll see a picture of me on Facebook, like, dude, you look big. And then you see me in person, like, yeah, I thought you'd be bigger. I was like, at least this time he's got to say, damn, you look kind of big. I'm big. Yay. All right, so we have some cool matches coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of shit going on tomorrow.
Pablo and
okay, so that's
Jerome.
You want to talk about that one now?
That's the only one I know about. Oh no, there's the Vegas tournaments.
There's also Carl Stanley versus Paul Passmore. And you pulled a Paul Passmore a couple years ago?
Right.
So it's a left-handed. It's a left-handed match.
Okay, so yeah, Paul's better left, I think, a little bit better.
Well, since he broke his arm.
Don't know.
Since he broke his right arm. Now, Carl Stanley normally is a bent wrist presser, but he has recently showed he's got a good top roll. But he did get a couple pins on Vresh at that Olympia tournament. He fouled out, but Vresh couldn't handle that bent wrist press.
Stanley, is he kind of a cowboy build, long, lanky, like?
No. This is a stocky, wears a Superman shirt. He's from Florida. He's probably, I want to say he's the overall champ of Florida left-handed, but he may not be that Alex guy, might be that won the Worlds, but then broke his right arm the next day. Okay. Because I think he broke his right arm against Carl Stanley. Yeah, I think so.
And this is Georgia tournament.
Yeah, it's at the PAF. So
same one that
Jerome
is going to pull.
Pablo and Jerome. Pablo. But yeah, I want to talk about the Paul Passmore because you had you had that practice with him in Georgia. Did y'all pull any left or just right?
A little bit left, I think. Yeah. What I remember of Paul was super strong on a hook, but wrist you could compromise his wrist. So if he gets his wrist, if he works on his wrist, and he has a chance.
Yeah, so that's the thing about Carl. Carl has lost to, I think Paul has got the winning record on Carl in all the matches I've seen. Carl would dump the bent wrist press, and Paul just had enough power to beat him. But like I said, Carl's worked his top row quite a bit, so there's a chance that Carl busts his hand back.
Right. But Paul still has a lot of fight left.
Got a lot of arm. So he beat, who was he beat? He beat Matt Mask. With his wrist flat. Yeah, Matt cracked him and he beat him 3-0, I think, left-handed.
Right.
3-0, 3-1, something like that. Right. But that's the same time that Wayne Withers beat Matt Mask.
Yeah. And from what I've seen of Wayne Withers, he's a
giant. He's like 6'7", 300 plus.
Strong hand, strong top roller.
Huge hand. Yeah. Huge hand. So he and Marcio are pulling soon, but that's December 11th. That's not what we're supposed to talk about. But we're going to talk about that real quick. What do you think about Wayne Withers, Marcio Barboza? I still think, so Wayne beat Matt. Matt's got wins on Marcio, but that's not how it plays out.
Marcio is so super dangerous off the start. Yeah. I mean, if depends on the referee, depends on how, if Marcio is able to lift his elbow a little bit and get that hard pop.
He gets that floating elbow too. But
then Wayne's going to go down. But if Wayne can,
if he compromises his wrist,
contains it, then
very interesting. So what are you gonna say, honey? We got a super chat or something?
Just want to give you guys a pause. Just wanted to say, give everyone a shout out. There's 514 watching right now.
What's up?
So you guys, welcome. Thank you for coming in to see these guys chat it out about what's going on this weekend, big in arm wrestling, but also to let you know, tomorrow on the GOAT, he will be. Are you gonna have a live?
Do you know what time practice is tomorrow?
So Derek was going to have a hard time making noon. I told everybody noon, and then Derek said, "Oh, I can't make it till noon or till about 2." So I told everybody 2 o'clock now.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, so a little bit later in the afternoon.
What do you want to go live on your channel after practice?
Live on my channel or your channel, whatever.
No,
whatever works.
we want to do live on yours tomorrow. What time do you think?
I think
We have practice at 2.
Everyone will be
You don't want to go
here at
live.
2.
You don't want the practice to go live. Do you? I was talking about us just go
don't
live.
care.
You don't care?
Yeah, I don't care.
Whatever you want to do.
Way cool. All
We'll
right.
let you guys know. We don't know what we're doing yet.
As long as you don't tape my secrets of what I'm going to do today.
We definitely cannot go live then. We will go live after the practice. So, like 5, 6 tomorrow.
Hang on.
Okay.
So what you guys need to do is just go ahead and sub. Levin, thank you so much for dropping John's channel down there in the comments. Go ahead and sub to John's channel. Be sure you click that bell for notifications, and then that way you will be notified when they're going live. Problem
See,
solved.
that was pretty easy. And so you can teach him how to do because every time he's tried to set up a live,
Time?
you still haven't got that figured out. Have you got it figured out?
No, I'm good with live.
No, but you want to have
Schedule.
a live 4
schedule
hours.
time. Yeah, no, I've only done it a couple times and it's been messed up.
Yeah,
It
she'll
doesn't
you.
automatically turn on. I have to figure out, and then I got to erase it and then try to go
Yeah.
regular live.
We'll get
so-
that figured out for you.
Totally annoying. So, and by the way, if you have not yet, click out of the chat, click that thumbs up button, the like button. That will let YouTube know that they need to send this out to more feeds, and you guys go back, Marcio
All right.
and
Well,
Wayne Withers.
Marcio and Wayne Withers, like we said, I mean, if Wayne can control and contain the hand, he's very long lever too, and it's just, I think Marcio would have the same problem he's had previously with Matt getting here. You know what I mean?
How's Wayne in a hook if it ends up
Oh, no.
dropping
He's-
it?
he's
to a
gonna get
hook?
killed.
He's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Marcio's too strong. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because Corey got his left bicep torn against Dave Chafee, and then like an hour later, with his left arm like this, just turned Wayne in like that 3 times.
Don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey's got a great hand control.
Oh my God, the kid's strong. He really. So the Todd Hutchings Corey match, the first round was spectacular,
Right.
And then Todd just made the adjustment, But the first match is what I thought was going to happen, all of them, because
Right.
Corey's he's a ton, right? But yeah, Todd showcased that experience really well then.
Turn it up another notch. Yeah, I was able
Yeah.
to stop it.
Yeah, once he put the brakes on him, it's just classic Todd Hutchings, right? But all right, so Pablo Jerome Loud. What do you know about Jerome Loud?
Nothing other than what I've watched on.
And he looks
YouTube.
super impressive.
Yeah,
This
this
last
big form, big hand. So I'm
lot of people
assuming
compared
he's
him to Johnny Walker.
That's what I've
Yeah.
heard. So outside puller, not a real super aggressive top roller, but almost kind
Just
of
a
like
very controlling,
straight
yeah,
side pressure
yeah.
top roller.
but you just felt Pablo last
Pablo
weekend.
is a monster.
He is strong.
He's super strong. No one give me any warning, nothing.
That was
This
who I
guy
was
in front of me,
trying to
I was
warn you about.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me roll you real slow. No going.
Dude, I'm telling you, guys, he is diesel. Chris
yeah,
Chandler's bragged about him for a while. He came to my tournament last year, and Daniel Mosier flashed him.
Oh, yeah.
But Mosier's so fast.
Yeah.
on go. If you don't time
Yeah,
that go, you're
yeah,
screwed.
yeah.
But that's Pablo's only weakness that I see is stopping.
Slow puller.
Yeah.
I didn't get a
Speed
chance
demon
to
gets it.
see,
Yeah. But super strong, and his
Super
left.
strong.
You felt the.
Super strong left? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a chicken wing left. I suck left. But
You kick my ass every time I did it.
suck.
Because he beats my hand every time. Every time we've ever pulled.
By the
left
end of
hand.
that practice in Chicago, my muscle was so fatigued that my arm was curling up, cramped. I can't straighten my arm out anymore. It's
I've heard good things about how you felt at that practice, though.
I started out a little tentative, and I wore out real quick. So I'm still beat up from the Paul Lynn match.
So how's that come along? How's it healing?
It's tender to touch, and it still has a little burning sensation when I flex it. But
Right.
I don't. Yeah, I'm hoping next 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean you're 4 weeks tomorrow, right? So when do you leave? When are you leaving?
Don't know exactly. I thought I was going to leave it the second or third, but now maybe it looks like the fourth or fifth. So
Yeah, because
a week-
originally
a week before.
that's when I was going to be out here was the 4th. Because we were going to leave on this trip after my event, and then once I realized you weren't going to be, I'm like, well, that's just stupid to go to Arizona and not get to pull John. So
Right.
that's why we moved things up. Yeah. So Pablo Jerome, what do you think? Do you have a pick?
I hope just because I pulled Pablo now, I would like to. I hope that he beats Jerome just so I go, okay, well, I'm safe. I'm safe from Jerome for a while. If Jerome smashes him, then I'll think, oh shit, I need a match with Jerome.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're getting a lot of matches lined up. You got a busy schedule right now.
So yeah, I'll go with Pablo just because I got.
I feel like if he puts the brakes on him, if he stops, if it stops anywhere where he still has his wrist not compromised, I think he can win.
I'm pretty sure you want it to be Pablo after he decimated you.
Does Jerome hit hard? I have never seen any quick matches.
I watched him at the IFA Worlds, and he just destroyed the 231 class.
But it was kind of smooth, slow.
Yeah, just hand control, just like he looked really, really dominant.
Right.
Ron Bath told me that he pulled with him a couple years back or something and said he felt really strong.
Really strong then. So
Yeah.
if he's any
I think
better-
he might have been the one that made the comparison to Johnny Walker.
Right.
So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
So I've got a super chat from SG Records.
What's
he
up, SG?
says, I'm going to unsubscribe to John and subscribe again. Just so it will help the algorithm.
Just so to help the algorithm.
That's what I mean. I gotta ask you guys now that I have a moderator and be able to not be so overwhelmed by chats. Do you know who most of these people are? Because they come across like that. I have no idea who they are, and I'm curious. Like, what's your real name? Who are you?
So we met Matt Tickle My Limits Larratt at the Olympia, and it was super cool.
One
it
of
was
my
so
favorite
funny,
trolls, yes.
So funny when we met him because
Gasparini,
we were
another
so
one,
like, oh my god, you're Matt,
Yeah.
because we, like you said, we don't know who they
Don't know
are.
who anybody
And then
is.
when I introduced him to Devon, Devon was like, oh my god, because
Right.
we were just as
Right.
excited to find out
Big
who he
fans.
was
Yeah.
as he, So I think it's awesome. I'd love to get to meet all. I mean, we have some really, really good.
Followers, supporters,
the
I don't know what you call them, trollers.
The troll guys like Levin Gasparini, Rebecca Loves. I mean, there's so many.
Moderators are awesome because they will really keep people from spamming you, and if people get disrespectful, they'll all out ban them, which that's what we do to our channel anyway. So 60 Switcheroo, Levin Gasparini, Matt Tickle My Limits, Larratt, there are several good moderators.
Okay.
And I'll show you how to set one of those up if you would like.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that they like when they're watching your live, they can be a moderator and they can just take care of shit for you.
Gotcha.
Which is cool.
So much easier.
Right?
Yeah.
That definitely makes it easy.
Before y'all get on to the next prediction, John of Favalon 1 says he's got a question for you guys. How do you recuperate from brachialis inflammation and golfer's elbow? Do you stop working out and icing several times a day? I have this problem.
I'll let you take it first.
Ooh, I mean, I've had that problem it's lasted for years, so there's no quick fix. I still try to arm wrestle through it and work around it as much as I could, but yeah, baby it with ice and heat and a lot of praying at night. Hoping that'll go away the next morning. But some of those in the early days, can last a really long time. There's just no easy, quick healing with the tendons. That's what makes our sport so unique and nice. That it literally takes years to strengthen. And
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so mine's exactly the same. It's just I do a lot of high volume, and then I ice regularly. I use the free sleeves or whatever, and then if I need to rub it down, a ton of ibuprofen. Right. So sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't. The more I arm wrestle, the less I need ibuprofen.
Right.
Because my body kind of gets used
So
to
the question would be though: does ibuprofen actually help the healing process, or is it hurt the healing process? Just mask it and then just push it through.
I'll have to keep training through it, hopefully.
Yeah. So I guess it just depends on the severity of the injury. I mean, if it's pain where it's like sharp knifing, then I would be a little bit more. Just maybe stop arm wrestling for a while.
Just chill out for a bit.
just do top roll. Don't do anything that puts pressure on the inside of your elbow. So
Right.
So Cooper Maxwell wants to let you know, Michael, that he ordered his Monster Factory table a few days ago, and he cannot wait to get it in.
Well, appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get mine in. It's going to match my gym perfectly.
But also, arm wrestling, Derek is on. Gonna
What's
see
up?
him tomorrow. Super excited about that. Hey, John.
Making us wait till 2 p.m.
There was a 19-year-old Serbian kid with a big, strong hand you pulled in Chicago. He asked you about Dennis. If you remember him, do you have any thoughts?
super strong. It was midway through the training session. I had nothing for the kid. I mean, he overwhelmed me with his hand strength, and then I think he kind of shoulder rolled me, pressed me, and I wish I was a little more fresh to be able to give him.
To kind of gauge it better, right?
Yeah, he was super fresh, and I just was like. Let that go. Next, somebody that's more down a little bit.
Exactly. Please get in the back of the line or something.
Yeah, start pull 100 people, but then come back to me, please.
Absolutely.
Matt, Tickle My Limits, Larratt. Michael, I just did your rice bucket training, and oh my God, my hands and forearms have never blown up so bad. And John, so great to see you here. Can't wait for both of y'all's next matches. Love sent y'all's way. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Matt.
What's up, Matt? Yeah, that rice bucket thing. Who took second to me? Who took second at Worlds?
Oh,
Kevin Butts.
yes, Kevin
Butts told me to do that, and it blows my hand up and forearm like crazy. There's a video on YouTube, and it's this little Oriental girl, and she's doing all this. And it's funny because she puts both her hands in the bucket. So I'm like, well, they won't fit. I need 2 buckets. So I just do right hand one day, left hand one day.
Right.
Kills it.
Right,
Horrible.
right,
Yeah, it's really bad.
Franklin Brewer. This is the last one I'm going to read, guys. Not the last one ever. I'm just going to let the guys break and talk about their next match. But I wanted to read this really quickly because it makes me laugh. Franklin Brewer, MMT, where is your commentary on your Where You Going, Buddy match with John Brzenk?
I don't like this dude. That shit it's viral all over the place.
Where you going,
Where
buddy?
you going,
buddy?
Yeah.
I wanted to get him a shirt
That was
to wear.
not. That was not planned either. I
No,
don't know
of course it
where
wasn't.
that came from.
Yeah,
right?
it just came out there. It's like, I got his ass now.
It was great. Brian Wagner, what's up, guys? Looking big, Mike and John. Hope you can make it back down to Chicago. Hopefully, back down to Chicago. Hopefully, not be beat up.
Yeah.
Hope to be
He's probably talking to both of us.
visiting.
Monster group. I mean, it's just.
I
Such
told you,
a
there's a bunch of bad dudes there. Yeah.
group, but very
Yeah.
strong.
He'll
arms.
be in Arizona in March. Also, I did try to start slow so you can warm up. Hope you didn't think I was that weak.
Who is this? Who is it?
Brian
Brian
Wagner.
Brian Wagner?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was my first match, I think, that I set up with. Yeah. Yeah, I felt good against him. Thanks for taking it easy on me.
Thanks for making me feel good. So here's the deal. Before we go into the next thing, when we get home, we're thinking of 2 potential tours. And they're just short ones because, this is our 48th state. Hitting Arizona, we've completed the tour. We've hit all 48 states since the end of June. It's been crazy. By the time we get home, it's somewhere 20,000 miles. But I'm thinking of possibly going to Arlington, Texas and pull with those guys. The next go to Tulsa and pull with those guys and then just come home. Super short trip, get a couple practices. The second option is we come back to Chicago and it's the redemption tour. I come back fresh as shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I got my ass beat at that practice, dude.
So, what's the backstory? You were pulling
I
the day before?
put IFA Worlds Thursday, Friday, traveled Saturday, pulled Eudora, Kansas Sunday, pulled Sioux Falls Monday.
Because I did watch that video not too long ago, and you were doing a lot of this from
Oh my God,
summer,
dude.
but upright.
It was
Inverted
it was my
position.
9th day of pulling out of 12 days.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that's why everybody kicked my ass, but I'm saying that's why everybody kicked my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and when you got that many strong guys after the second or third pull, you're pretty much.
Oh no, Pablo beat me in the first match.
Oh well,
You know, it's like-
there's no excuse for that.
11
Other than the
Gasparini,
fact that
we
he's
are
super
definitely
strong.
going to talk about those matches. We just
All
got
right, yeah,
carried
so-
away for a moment.
Other thing that you said earlier, one of the things you love great about our sport is it takes years of training. See, that's what's so cool about if this world strongman, if Brian Shaw started arm wrestling today, would he dominate next year? No.
No.
You're not. He's strong. He's a freak. But you have to condition these tendons to do what we do. You know.
Right.
So I like that. I like that as well because strength is very subjective.
Yeah, Larry Wheels did a really great video on that where somebody was giving him a bunch of crap that he hadn't improved in a year
And he has.
how that
Yeah.
everybody thinks everybody's just all steroided up and big strong and then you can become a professional arm wrestler in a matter of months and he's like nope, that's not
That's
the
not
case.
working that way. That's a lot
You got to
different.
build a solid base of tendons and ligaments and he's realizing that it's going to take more than
Oh, dude.
A few months.
And that is a freakishly strong human being.
Yeah.
You know, he just has to translate everything over to arm wrestling and, like you said, tendons, ligaments, all that good stuff. So this next match, you're gonna be very biased on this match, but I am too. Cody Merritt versus Tony Thomason left-handed.
Tony's super hard. His size is so big that for most people he's super hard to get a hold of. But I don't think it'll matter for Cody. Cody's got that Travis Badgett style high posting top roll, and once it goes to the straps, I think Cody's back pressure and high knuckles move will take.
Yeah. So I agree. Tony looked very good against Tom Nelson, right? Which
Yeah.
I saw that coming. Tom Nelson's been out for a while, and that's the other thing. With the exception of you cannot be out of the sport that long and come back and be
Right.
competitive immediately. Like at least you're back training and plus you're you. But yeah, Cody's a freak.
Yeah, I just think his style works good for Tony. If you're an arm wrestler that relies on his hand strength and tries to control Tony's too big of a man, and then you're going to get yourself in trouble. But Cody's been around enough, and he pulls the right way against someone.
Well, Tony's got a couple of pins on
Has
Cody.
he?
Yeah,
Has he?
yeah. They're 2-2 or it's really close. Like,
I don't see.
I just don't see it being that way now.
Yeah, I don't see Tony's arm being as strong as Cody's, and I think his outside move is going to be effective against
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
I like them both. I mean,
both great. I mean,
Wouldn't mind seeing Tony win that.
Tony's a wonderful dude. Like him, he came out to watch Michael Todd last year, and then when I was out there on the April tour, I got to pull some with him and pull with Derek and stuff. But Cody is just like the nicest guy in the world, and unassuming.
Unassuming.
Well, he's 1,200 pounds. But when you think power, I mean, you think Levon,
right.
Cody, he's a beefy boy.
Yeah.
But that left and his rights come along.
He's so
his rights
nice.
improved a lot,
Yeah.
like recently. But that left is insane.
Yeah.
Like I've heard you say numerous times you'd like to see him pull Levon or somebody.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to really pull with Cody like I used to. And it's been probably 10 years, but he was a beast back 10 years ago. So obviously he's progressed to another level, completely another
Yeah,
level.
Corey keeps telling, Corey's tried Cody several times. Corey's got a strong left. And he's like, fuck, there's nowhere to go.
way.
There's just nowhere. I mean, there's not as, he's like, maybe if we could slow pull,
Right.
But I want to pull Cody when my shoulder and my elbow get healthy because I will go 100 miles an hour with that shoulder press and see if I can knock him get his hand past his shoulder.
I think the key to Cody would be to try to, believe it or not, is try to hook him, drop down on his wrist and get him in a hook. I mean, that's from what I remember way back when. Of course, now I'm not strong enough to pull it off, but that was the easiest path to beat Cody.
Yeah, it's so funny because he's like, listen, I'd love to pull you, but I will never practice pull you until after we pull, because he's like, I don't want you to find out, I don't want you to know what it feels like, I want it to be you're going for this and I'm going for that, and whoever gets it, but so Cody's a bad dude.
That shock factor, that's what happened to Todd Hutchings and Corey. I mean, that Todd had to get that the shock, that first match.
Well, I mean, Todd went where he wanted to go. He just didn't.
He didn't expect.
He didn't know that shit was coming. It's like,
it's like ding, ding, ding. Okay, wait a minute, you got to turn it on.
That's not the route. So
if you practice with somebody, you have that confidence. So that's
Right.
what I was trying to say, that you could actually, slow it down if you got a little bit of background, right?
Yeah.
Versus going up against somebody not really knowing, especially if they're the size of, Lucas, where you're thinking, oh shit, is he gonna hurt me?
Well, see, that's okay. So I have very few regrets, but one I do have is not pulling Levon when I was in Dubai, because I really thought that we were going to make that match happen. So it would have been nice to just feel, right? I saw a few things, like when we trained, he beat me in 8 out of 10 of the fundamentals. But when we did riser and pronation, I had him beat on the way I trained him, and he couldn't do the things I was doing. And I felt like, okay, there's that spot that I can, there's that lane that I can hit. I just got to hit it.
Right.
But I never got to find out. So now it's just like, because you're like, well, why are you doing all this shit when you don't even know what the gap is?
Right.
Because
he's got and people attack his strength. His
like, why would
size,
you top roll
his
that?
cup is ridiculous, and people are trying to go through that. His strongest thing, the cup, which that's what you'll probably do too.
What I will try to do.
I don't know, but guys,
It doesn't make sense, but it's the path I have to take. I've got to find it. Go ahead, but
it's your sweet spot, so
Right.
I mean, it's.
So Ninja Boy says, seeing how massive Michael has become, I can't help but wonder, have you attempted to pin 300 pounds again?
I have not, because after my conversations with Devon at the Olympia, he said just focus on 2 to 3 high volume workouts a day just for healing. Now, this last week or so, I've got back on my cable machine, and I've started doing very tight angled pins, right? And I'm just gonna go up, it's 10 reps, and I'm just gonna go up each week 10, 15, 20 pounds, because I've started light enough to where I can make those jumps, and I'm gonna try to keep the angle as tight as I can. But I will pin 300 before I pull Gennady, which I pinned 287 for a triple, and then the cable snapped.
Gotcha.
Which is a lot of weight. Devon said it's a trash lift, but if I'd have smacked his ass in Dubai, he wouldn't have said it's a trash lift. He's like, that's the most amazing lift in the world.
Right.
Dubai did not work out for me, but yeah. Is there another one, or are we good?
You're good.
Eric Spoto versus Mike Aiello. That is Vegas tomorrow.
The Spoto that I arm wrestled was probably 15 years ago, and he was a beast in a hook, sweeping hook. I got to go with Spoto, especially after all the
hype,
big
and all the
hype talk that I hear about.
He is a ton, what I'm saying? And he's formed short enough where his post sets him up. To me, it's going to be difficult for Mike to pull off his move.
And Mike's move is straight down on his bicep, which that's probably the strongest point on that guy's arm.
Right, right. Now Derek Smith has the most experience with him of someone that I know, other than maybe Devon, because I know they train together a lot. And I think Derek have gotten pins on him before. I'm not sure, but I think he has.
Inside or outside?
I think it would have been inside.
Inside.
Because he's long enough and he's Devonish, where he can just kind of just really get completely turned on him and test his frame a bit. Now I may be talking to my ass. He may not have ever been him. I don't know, but I know he has a lot of experience with him. But so if Eric does what Devon thinks he's going to do, and so who's next after Mike? If he goes to Mike, who makes sense? Devon was trying to get Marcio to take the match.
Yeah, Marcio is fast enough that he might pop. I would think he would pull outside.
And maybe get his hand and wrist.
I mean, someone strong like that, inside strong like that. First guy I always think of is Todd Hutchings. I mean, let's test it. Todd Hutchings.
Find out. Todd's just like, hey Todd, you're next. Go Todd.
He's the gatekeeper. Anybody that wants to get through Todd.
Because I don't know, that's gonna be interesting.
That's a hell of a gatekeeper.
Because it's basically like you said. 15 years ago, he pulled the Ultimate Las Vegas, but he weighed 242 because he pulled me there and I top roped him, right?
Okay.
But now he's 330 plus pounds. I mean, he is a massive individual. I mean, he's got to be close to 20-inch forearms.
Right.
He's huge.
And still, there's something you would think that would translate to like just crushing everybody on the arm of head, but it's really just that much more, right? I mean, there must be something up in the upper arm that limits his ability to finish.
Right. Okay. So that's what's so. I've heard you say that several times recently. Is the extra size makes a little bit of difference, but not enough to
you
really.
would think, he would be like unbeatable, but obviously.
Well, that's what everybody. Okay, to beat, you got to be this big to beat Levon. You got to be this big. No, you don't.
You gotta just.
You just got to have. Exactly. And that's how. Now I am choosing to go this big path.
Right. It's always nice to be
as long as it stays healthy, right?
Because I think it helps you mentally too. You go in thinking, okay, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the biggest, I'm the strongest.
Right.
If you go in there going, I didn't really do too much. So it's not only physically, I think it's a big.
It is a good mental push. It is a good mental push. I don't do well if I put on a lot of excess fat, because then I just feel sloppy.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like an athlete. I don't feel fit, and it actually has more of a negative.
No, you gotta have.
I want to be somewhat fit.
You gotta feel good. You gotta have good attitude. I mean,
right.
if you're just super big and strong, but you're like, my back hurts and I can't tie my shoes and I can't walk.
Yeah, I can't breathe when I've been over to. Yeah, it's a horrible way. What's the biggest you've been?
As I sit right now.
Is it really?
240. Well, I was 240.
Now, what were you in
2002,
2014 when you pulled A1 and then you pulled the UAOA?
About the same weight.
Really?
240-ish.
Okay, I thought you was like 250.
No, I never been.
You've never been 250?
No.
Well, I have lied because I've told people you were like 252, 254 or
I
something.
look puffy in 250, but I wasn't 250.
Wow.
Now I'm probably compared to that size that I was when I pulled you versus the weight that I am now. I was probably 10 pounds heavier of muscle weight back then than I am now.
Yeah,
so I'm the same weight, but a lot of it's still my ass.
A little different composition.
I still haven't gotten it up to the upper body yet.
Yeah, you were jacked though. Go ahead.
Just several things going on here. First, they want to know, since you guys mentioned Todd, Michael, they want to know, someone was asking, was the match that they saw between you and Todd, was that a real match or was that just practice? And
all my practice matches are real matches. It's just they're in practice, right?
They're in practice.
I mean, like those weren't slow starts; those were ready goes. If you say ready go, I'm trying, right? I'm not like, oh well, ready go. Oh, you got me. I'm fucking trying,
Yeah.
So he pinned me like 4 times in those 3 days. And people were like, Todd beat you. I'm like, yeah. Out of 100, but I mean, he is extreme. Let me tell you what I found out when I pulled Todd.
He doesn't wear out either. I mean,
no. And it's not his side pressure. I mean, yes, his side pressure is unbelievable, but it's the side pressure with his back pressure that makes him difficult to bring back. Because normally I can stop somebody and then I can just pronate through him on the way back.
That's a bad plan.
Because that the side pressure's there, but that back pressure is keeping.
And he's got a little hand and wrist, but it's freaking super strong.
He moves all those fingers too, like crazy.
He still puts a mark in your hand.
Yeah, he does. You got those white imprints on the back of your hand, But yeah, no, Todd's strong.
And Rambling Around wants to say, just wanted to say hi to my 2 favorite arm wrestlers. I hope you both are extremely successful in your upcoming matches. 2 of the greatest.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So we're going to be together in Turkey.
Yes, we are.
Gennady, and I've got
Zoe.
Oh my God.
Have you ever pulled Gennady?
I got some little guy.
Some little dude. Some little dude.
What's
What?
Have you ever pulled Gennady?
Yeah, you put him in an overall.
Yeah. So many times.
In the weight classes.
Yeah, it's Zloty.
Zloty.
But he was a smaller version. He was a 220, 230-ish version. Yeah, he was.
He's like 300 pounds now.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
Big boy now.
So I mean, I feel like I'm going to pull the strongest, biggest, baddest version of him. But in my mind, I have to make a statement to justify the shot at Levon. In my opinion,
you don't want Gennady to lose to Hermes.
Well, that would look bad.
Then you got to chase down Hermes.
Yeah, and then someone's like, I'm like, I don't need to do shit. But it is okay. So that whole situation is weird, right? Because it's going to be Hermes versus Trubin, like next weekend. And now Trubin's towards Pex. So now it's Hermes versus Gerdetche, who Gerdetche beat the last time he pulled Gennady. He beat Gennady.
Gerdetche could beat Hermes. I could see that happening because he's just so tall, and Hermes might not have the cup to bring him down.
He might not because of that long lever.
I'm not sure he knows how to deal with someone that tall.
That is a massive individual.
If he tries to just do his typical post like he does everybody else, that might not work out so well with him.
It may not. But Hermes is a special individual.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's going to try exactly what.
Why would you do? It's what works for him, right? It just may not work against that guy. So that's interesting. So what happens if he does lose to Gerdetche? I mean, and then 3 weeks later he's pulling Gennady. Right. That would really be bad if he lost to Gerdetche, then he beat Gennady.
So he's pulling Gennady first, though.
No.
Oh, he's pulling Gerdetche.
He's pulling Gerdetche next week.
Oh shoot.
And then he pulls Gennady when you're pulling Devon.
Oh, he's going to be hurt.
See how? And okay, so it's a whole mess of shit. And then 2 months later, Gennady's pulling me. Right. So it would look cool for me if Hermes beat Gerdetche, Gennady beats Hermes, and then I destroy Gennady. You know what I'm saying? I need destroy in there. That would look awesome.
3 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, it really does. It changes. I mean, just like you said, if Pablo beats Jerome, you ain't gonna worry about Jerome. So. But it was unfortunate because I took the match with Gennady and then.
And all of this happened.
All of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell?
It's going to take away my thunder.
Exactly. All right, what you got, baby?
SG Record says, I see a table right behind you. How about it, boys?
I'm so good at countertop arm wrestling.
Are you good at countertop arm?
Todd Hutchings learned the hard way how good I am at arm wrestling.
I do have a win at Texas Roadhouse against Todd. So we had the rolls here, but I still cracked that wrist.
And John Favelon 1 says finger, wrist, bicep, tricep, shoulder, back. Are we just mentioning like shin bone
Body
connected
parts.
to the legs? In which order of strength is most important for arm wrestling?
Cup.
Forearm. Every great arm wrestler, any good, even middle league arm wrestler has a good forearm. So hand, wrist is the biggest key. And then this muscle, back pressure, back, lat.
I'm a big advocate of back being, obviously the largest muscle used. But if your hand and wrist aren't strong enough to support it, it doesn't matter. But if you have a strong back and you have a strong hand, like it's either you have a strong hand and wrist and a strong back, or you have a strong back and you're able to keep your hand and wrist in the strap.
Right. No, back and lat actually helps the cup. I mean, if that's not there, if that strength's not there, you can have all the hand and wrist.
And it's all, oh, there you go. You just pull me open. But so I like you discussed things with whatever open top row. It's very back lat dragging pressure, right? It's a tug of war type deal for me.
With this
that little bit of
pronation.
I've seen you.
It's a lot of pronation.
I've seen you pull a few out.
I can't do it like you do with a straight arm like that. You do it almost with your shoulder. Then I still try to do it with the lower part of my arm.
Arm wrestling strongman wants you guys to do a thumb comparison.
His thumb is enormous. Like it's.
Oh, you guys! It's not even close.
It's not even in the video.
Yeah, it wasn't in the video.
It's not even. Do them up here beside each other like this.
It's enormous. His thumb is.
Oh, it's not that much.
Dude,
it's so much bigger.
Seriously, it's this thick. So I've got this narrowing thumb, and he's got this thick, meaty thumb. Like it's really weird. That's one of the things I tell people about John. Like he's got the biggest thumb in the world for a guy your size.
What's your forearms up to?
Just cold 17 and a half. Like
only 17 and a half?
Well, I mean,
that's bad.
It's the biggest they've ever been.
He's like, well, 17 and a half's not good?
Yeah, but I still think if I could bring it further back to flex it further, I'd get an extra little half-inch squeeze out of it, but it won't come past there, But does it translate to so that's the thing. Okay, so I don't know where I'm at. Like, I know I'm really good against Corey.
So you got to be really good.
You would think. You would think.
Yeah, because I don't know. He's your gauge, and especially
he is my gauge.
But they know each other so well.
And
Training.
So it's kind of, so I don't know. Look, you've had a lot of experience, like you and Todd.
Maybe you've gotten good in Corey's weakness, and that might be a bad deal,
right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a beast in that lane.
In that lane, and now you're sucking everywhere
else. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. That's one of the things is because Rebecca was saying the other day, I'm probably at this point right now the biggest gap I've had on Corey since Corey has become Corey.
Corey can't be getting weaker, right? He's a young kid.
That's exactly right. So I'm thinking, because I was asking her, I was like, do you think it's me or do you think it's Corey?
No, when you got the big old band out, that had to be hard on him. Had to be hard on him.
Well, so what happened is I was gone for so long. You know, we've been I did like 3,000 matches since this tour started. So I was fucked up. My arms are hurt. And then I came back home and like I couldn't beat Corey for shit. And then like a week later I could beat him some of the time. Then I went back on tour again. Then I came back. He beat me the first 3 or 4 matches. Then the next practice, I was beating him all the matches, and then I was killing him. You know.
Is he sore from the Todd?
That's what the thing was. No, he's getting newbie pains because we were pulling twice a week. Well, he didn't do any pulling while I've been on tour. He's just been weight training. So he's like, my arms hurt so bad.
Right.
So is it that he just not applying as much pressure because his elbows hurt?
Right.
I don't know. There's variables, right?
So Jay Mosta
He's like, let's go get pizza.
says for John, yes guys, for John, if you beat Devon, who is next?
Ooh, probably this guy.
There you go. Who wants
right.
to see that? Okay, right now we've got 1,300 of you on, and we only have 453 thumbs up. Click out of the chat, hit the thumbs up if you want to see these guys go at it again.
I actually have to go down and pull a couple of lightweights here in Jan.
After that.
So you got Zoliev, and then you got Ingen.
Yeah, Ingen is, I could probably,
Smash that like, guys.
Hit it. I mean, you saw the thumb comparison. You got to see.
Okay.
This
is what I have to know. I would love for you guys to pull again.
Yeah.
But this is what I have to know. Are you gonna, if Devon hits it, the King's move, are you gonna say where you going, buddy? Just one time for all these fans on here. Don't y'all want to hear that? Oh, by the way, it's 600 thumbs up now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see it. Yeah. Where are you going, buddy?
I don't want to. I hope I don't fall. I won't fight if he stops me in the King's move. I will pin myself. If I can't Travis Badger him right to the pad, my plan is to I might laugh or say something cute like that if he ends up doing the King's move, but I won't fight against it. I don't think
you're not gonna let it.
I don't think the end game should be the first match and me dying out at trying to pin that shit.
So you're saying if you don't just crush him on go,
first match.
All right, you got that one.
It's and I've been practicing my losing on my own. I've been really practicing on pinning myself. I got a lot of pressure from here to go there.
Because the last thing you want to do is give up and him just hold you.
And hold me, yes.
Oh, God.
I'm going to have to match his pressure.
But didn't he keep Pushkar from pinning himself?
No, he kept Dave.
Dave, that's right. And Dave had to lift his arm and just leave it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Devon,
he wouldn't let
Devon will get, if Devon gets an advantage, he will.
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's just Devon.
Yeah,
and it's not because Devon's an asshole. It's competition. It's an alpha male. Devon's in it.
That's his game. That's his strategy. I mean, he wants the match to be over after the first round, and I'm gonna try to make every new start a new.
So have you been working any hits, or you just know that when it's
I've
game
had 3
time?
super matches. I haven't really been moving on the super matches, but
I haven't really went this way. I'll go yet.
I'm saving myself. I'm gonna be drinking a lot more caffeine on my match with Devon.
Because I mean, the thing is, people forget.
Are you guys loving this discussion?
I mean, the young you that was just, that's still there. You just got to pull it out. Like, if someone's going to bring it out of you, it's going to be Devon.
Right.
You know, and I've seen you flash people. You know, when you're like it's Lottie. And
I need to
A1.
that. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm hoping that it feels correct with Devon. I know he can make things very uncomfortable, and yeah, I just hope it doesn't feel uncomfortable. I hope that the setup feels like I can actually.
Yeah. Because one of the keys to hitting hard is trusting your hand and wrist.
Yeah. Although I'm feeling almost as comfortable, if not, well, not more comfortable, but as comfortable with my wrist flat and just pronating hard with side pressure.
You have looked good.
Like a Travis move almost. Like, of course, I don't know if I can pull the Travis move off, but straps, if it doesn't feel right, like normal, like I would normally do the straps, I think I might be just a high, bunchy, hard hitting with just knuckles high and just pronation.
It does work. It does work.
We'll see where it goes. I mean, it's what I did with Chance, and yeah, it feels solid like that. But I know Devon's a lot stronger, obviously. But
I mean, this can be interesting to see how strong he is when he shows up.
But I have to continue that move. I can't just bring it there.
No.
And just hold it
Well, the
there.
thing is, you don't want to be in a war with Devon.
No.
I mean, that's like the only guy I don't want to have a long match with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool having long matches with everyone else on the planet. Don't really want to have a long match with him just because he is the guy that,
incredible.
I have had good experience with, putting him in deep water, but he can do the same thing to you, and it's just, it sucks. You got something else?
Dane Lee, just here to pay my respects to the GOAT and also acknowledging MMT, you will crush Gennady.
I appreciate
Thank you. David, anyone domestic that could take Cody left-handed? Also, where's Jerry? Is there any matches for him in the works that you guys know of? Thank you.
I heard that he's been stalking Chance Shaw, but
Stalking.
I don't think. Jerry's not in the pulling right now, and there's no big things going on.
If there's
I
no
don't
big
think-
match, or there's no something-
big
yeah.
stage that Jerry's not gonna.
I mean, that dude's always working. He's the manager of Camping World. He's busy. He's busy, dude.
Yeah.
But he's still always training. Like, I'm gonna tell you. So that first tour, it was another example where I just pulled everybody, and then I stopped by and pulled Rob Vincent. And the very next day, I'm at Jerry's. Oh God, I couldn't do anything. I was
Right.
Obviously, I felt like it had a lot to do with all the arms I'd already pulled.
Right.
But he felt like a ton.
Super
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but then I saw footage of, I don't know what his situation was when he pulled Chance, but Chance, I guess, did a practice with him. I guess Chance showed up. This is a story I heard that Chance showed up late, but Chance was owning.
Oh, destroyed. But no, that was prior. That was 4 months prior or something like that when they're down in Florida. The story that I was told was Chance actually was there like 15 minutes late, but waited 30 more minutes before he got on the table after Jerry pulled everybody. No, I don't know if that's true. Stories get all convoluted and stuff either way.
Yeah. Well,
but
makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean,
It does make a difference.
it does absolutely. But it's still,
It's still fun to see.
It's hype.
And you can't take it back. Once it's on
That's the one thing about
it's on the
social
internet.
media.
then
It's out
there's
there.
a
It's
bum.
out there forever.
He's gonna be a bum for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
Chance.
I've been
Until he
told,
rectifies it.
well, yeah, I've been told to retire like 5,000 times since Devon. They're like, dude, you're done. You're finished. I'm like, well, still got a little left. But yeah, so we'll get off here. We'll call it short here. Just you got something else?
It's Coffee Republic. If you can Frankenstein, meaning put together a bunch of different people into one, the perfect arm wrestler, which combination would that be?
Your hand and wrist, probably.
Oh, Levon's hand and wrist is bigger than mine though, and stronger. So
think it is?
Levon's hand and wrist cup with Dennis's short arm and arm strength.
Okay, so that would be insane.
Yeah.
And he's like, all the armors in the world, we just took 2 and combined them. That's it.
Right.
But Dennis, I mean, so you pulled Dennis 2008, 2009. Then in 2010, I think he might have beat you. No, it's not 2010. 1 year he beat you.
Yeah, 2010, 2011. I think it was after my
But
back surgery or shoulder surgery. Yeah, he's.
That new Dennis?
The new Dennis.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Like, I mean, I pulled him in 16 was the last time I pulled him. But that's, I hate that, he got
Well,
sick.
he kind of learned. He kind of learned
Well,
how
he became a
important
pretty good arm wrestler.
pronation was too. I mean, you would have to have a lot of hand strength to control that.
To force it where you wanted to,
pronation.
Very strong man, very strong man. So, go ahead, you got something else?
Hey,
I'm going to get back to one thing here in just a minute.
Guys, I'm going to shut off the super chats now. So if you're out there, thank you so much for the super chats, but let's shut them off so that these guys can get something to eat. But I want to go ahead and finish reading the ones that we have. Adam Whitehead, hi MMT. What's your honest prediction? Oh, Devon versus John. Win or lose, no matter to me. Love watching all you guys. Glad to see you back, John.
Thank you.
Okay, honest prediction.
But before you say that, Boosted Z06 does say John's looking big. Devon's in trouble. Hashtag GOAT. Hashtag.
I'm looking at his hand
Team-
resting for him. He looks like
Team
he looks like the old John. He looks like the old John to me. Here we go.
Well, let's see what a 17 looks like against a 16 and a half.
Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, y'all.
He's got a meaty forearm there. That wrist looks thick too.
The wrist is it's thick because it's swollen right now. I need to get that swelling down. It's bad.
Dude, this whole last thing, people are like, "Is your wrist injured? Why is it your wrist
so swollen?
I was like, growth hormones? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? It's pancakes, baby.
Yeah,
pancakes.
no, I've been injecting the old BPC, and I don't know. I think it's bullshit. That thing hasn't healed up yet.
Is it?
Still no.
So I'm
it's
doing-
only been a week, so.
So the BPC 157?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, because I told you.
Is it okay? Is your.
This is just burning a little bit. I'm hoping but this is, yeah. And this is almost like I think it's from the wrist being, it doesn't hurt when I'm offensive, so, which is nice. It's only when it gets broken back, it's like, oh, fuck, that hurts. So don't let my wrist get broken back.
No, don't go that way. Yeah, that's hilarious. I saw something else.
Instead of John, Rackley pulling David. Your opinions, huh?
Oh,
Rackley and David?
David got.
David's, from what I've seen of David, he's super lightning fast. If he gets a quick pin, if Rackley stops it, I think Rackley's going to win it.
Yeah, he's got a nice pronator. I mean, his back pressure and everything looks good. Rackley looks very impressive. You know,
But David's been practicing with Saplinkov for a couple, 3 years now. So he's.
I mean, that's some pretty.
And what I saw of him a couple, 3 years ago, he was a hard hitting kid. So I mean, he's.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
that's
a
gonna be
young 20-year-old.
He's only 20?
I think when he won, he was 18.
Oh my god! I had no idea about
Yeah,
that.
no, he looks like he's 35.
I was like, huh?
I'll say it. He looks like he's 40.
All right, so back to the question: who do I think is going to win between you and Devon?
I can take it. If I get one win on Devon, it's a victory for me.
It is for everybody betting
I
on
heard you
you.
say
And that's,
Yeah,
it's,
there's a
I,
set of
will,
stakes.
I might. Oh, I've said this before on my live videos. I might just, if I can get the first win, I just say that I'm
out.
of here.
I'm that
Thank you. We'll see you in 6 months if you want a rematch. That's fine.
I'm out.
We were talking. I was saying that today. You know, when I do get a shot at Levon, if I become the person I want to be, and on that day I crack him one time, I'm like, see ya.
That's it. It's on the record. You guys got that on tape. Right?
Y'all saw that shit, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that one, but it is. So it is. Y'all have a lot of history, but that Devon that was in Dubai was a different dude.
Beast. Yeah.
It was
No,
different.
I've kind of experienced that Devon in 08. He was.
The 08 him was crazy. I mean, that was crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited. I'm a fan. We're having a watch party back home. We have a big, it's an open practice. We limited it to 75 people. We're having a big open practice. We're going to do a live single elimination open weight class tournament
After your matches.
After your match. So we'll have 75 plus people in the room cheering. So it's going to be exciting to watch. You know,
I'm excited. Hopefully I won't faint. It's been a while since I'm on that big of a stage.
hopefully I won't faint. Okay, so do we have something else to answer?
Yeah. Love you guys. Mike, this is a fixie. Can you give any hint as to how big Levon's hand is, finger size, compared to you guys?
I have a picture on my
Simply
Instagram of both of us laying our elbows down like that, and he's actually only about a half inch longer than me.
So that rolling thunder, what do they call that? That's
The spinning handle.
Spinning handle. What is he doing with weights versus what you could do, or anybody that's even close to him?
I'm not really that strong at that movement.
But he's
really strong.
Really strong.
And the one that showed the most impressive was that flat thing. You put your fingers like that and just pull it down.
And
he was super strong there.
Right.
Like I was like, he was like super strong. But this is, I mean, I'm beating you here. I'm not beating you because I can force you here. I mean, I'm pronating through your cup, right? But yeah, he's amazing. If you just look at the dude, though, I mean, I'm just kind of like looking at him like this. The whole time I'm with him, I'm just like, damn, you're fucking huge. You know what I mean? It's because he looks freaky. Like
He's such a big teddy bear, though.
Yeah. So you watched the video of us driving the McLaren, right?
Car,
That's who he is, though.
Yeah.
That's who he is off the table. He's just hilarious. We've got some funny stories with Levon from when we were in Dubai.
We will share those off camera.
Off camera. But
Black Paul, can you both talk about, we'll do this tomorrow on the live.
On his live.
They want you both to talk about y'all's match at UL 8.
Okay.
And Let me just scroll, make sure we're not missing anything, guys.
Because on that note,
Hang on one second. So 1547 of you on here. Thank you guys so much for being here, chatting with us tonight. Be sure that you go and subscribe to John Brzenk's channel. Click that bell for notifications so that you can be notified because they are going live tomorrow. We're not sure of the time, but you do not want to miss it.
absolutely.
And if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, be sure and do that as well. When you get off, click that thumbs up as well. That lets YouTube know that they need to send us out 2 more feeds. And once this is shut off, come back and give it another comment. How you think that the live went, the best part of the conversations, and what you might want them to talk about tomorrow.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
That's a whole bunch of shit.
She's a pro.
She's killing it. All right, so you said they asked if you beat Devon, who's next? I would love a match.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how.
Even if you don't beat Devon, but if you're still,
I'm still progressing.
Yeah,
and
I don't
getting
want
a
to
bigger
pull
star.
you when you're not interested in arm wrestling.
But
If you're back training and you're John, fuck yeah, I'd love to arm wrestle. You know.
Are you going to be Bob?
Wow.
He said if you're John. I don't know.
Okay, because like I've talked to you a lot in the last several years, and sometimes there have been a lot of times I'm not fucking interested in arm wrestling at all. Like you had zero interest in it.
Right.
So nope, I don't want to arm wrestle that version of you.
Right.
But the dude that you are right now, focused about arm wrestling, pulling Devon. I mean, I would love that.
Right.
I mean, I got Gennady. I want Levon.
Right.
But if there's a match that we can take place between there and we find the right person, that'd be fun.
Right.
I mean, I'd like to find out. You know.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm interested. I think it'd be cool. I mean, because I've only ever got one pin, and it's because he held on all the way to the pad. I'm trying to slip. We're both 215 pounds at the Gary Roberts Ruler of the Nation.
Yeah, it's like in black and white. I think that video is right.
It probably is. So I'm just trying to hit and slip. I'm going to show you guys how stupid I am. I go to hit and slip, and he holds on all the way pad, and Bill calls a win.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? A what? And then we get in the finals, and my dumb ass is like, hey, you want to go on the straps? And John's like, yes. So then it's like, I hit, and I'm just bouncing off of him this whole time. I should have tried the same shit again. You know, it's like, I was 1 win away from getting an actual tournament victory over John Brzenk.
Oh,
so that's my history. Every other time I've lost. But
Gosh,
that would
guys,
be
okay,
fun.
I'm so sorry. We've got to shut the super
Brian's
chats
back,
off because these guys got to go eat. Stephen O'Keefe, thank you so much for the support. And Brian Wagner, Mike, are you having that single elimination tournament December 11th?
Yes.
A few of us Chicago guys would love to come and pull and hang out and watch John's match. Absolutely. The fun thing about it, go back and watch the video on our YouTube that it's got Ron Bath in the thumbnail. It was a lot of fun, and that's exactly how we're going to do it.
We're just going to
Open weight.
Open weight. Doesn't matter. We got 2 guys from Australia coming over. They're going to be in the States that time. It's 70 RSVP though. Brian sent me his thing because I'm taking like screenshots of everybody that wants to be there. So because we can,
It's
my
our home.
neighbors will get pissed if I have like 100, 200 people in my house.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I got 6 acres, but they'll be mad as hell. They'll call the law.
I mean, they can like ride a bus and
Just
let it
6
drop it
Acres?
off.
How can they call it?
I'm still inside the city limits.
Oh, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy.
They are hateful.
But yeah, so definitely, Brian, I'd love to have you guys, also love to have you guys come down to Monster Michael Todd International. We're doing, it's not much, $100 weight class, 150 overall, right and left, but we're also offering the pot. So what we did last year, this is cool. So last year, the super heavyweight division, anybody that wanted to get in the pot threw $100 in, and whoever finished highest out of the people that participated got the pot. So if you won, but you weren't in it, you didn't get the money.
John O'Favalon, I
But
found
Corey
yours.
won and was in it, so he made like
Hey, Phil.
$900 just off that pot, and then he won left as well, and I think he made like $1,300 at it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna open that to every weight class. Any weight class that has at least 3 people that want to throw $100 in a pot, winner take all.
You have so many fans on here, John. Ninja Boy, John, you're not as good as you once was, but you're as good once as you ever was.
That's gonna be my theme.
Yeah.
That'll be my intro song.
John O'Favalon, how would you rate Ingen's main strength as an arm wrestler? This is to you. And what would be your main strategy against him?
Oh well, he's short and stocky, so definitely stay out of a hook. But yeah, I would use my height to try to take the hand advantage, manipulate the hand.
He's extremely explosive, and
bright.
you know he's the same guy he was at 142 pounds. He's just 215 pounds, right? So I think I don't know how much he weighs right now, but he's been as heavy as like 210 or something. But yeah, he's a very explosive arm wrestler. Y'all pulled before, like an overall or
It's been
something.
so long.
It's been
bro.
years ago.
So many years. Yeah, we're talking like 30 years ago.
Oh, that's a long time.
And I was out in Turkey when I pulled was
arson?
it Krasny or arson? Arson.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
pulled a little bit. I think I'm probably not righty, but we pulled around lefty. I thought I've been out there before, and I've actually pulled with Ingan, and yeah, he's tough.
Yeah, he's a very
he's no joke.
And he's very well versed in arm wrestling. But I mean, for him, and that's the thing. Anyone who pulls you, it's like the biggest day of their life to pull you. And for you, it's just like it's another match, right? Like probably Ingan never thought in his life he'd get a super match with you.
Yeah.
Right? Just like for Paul Lynn, that was the biggest match of his life.
Yeah.
You know, and he was strong.
He's strong.
That's a strong dude.
No.
Like for real.
Daryl Turner, tune in tomorrow to John Brzenk, to the live on John's channel, and he will answer your question. He just wants to know what your biggest motivator was to get into arm wrestling, and chat about that tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Go to this guy's channel, subscribe. I think he's at like 31,000. We need to get him at 50,000 subs by the end of the weekend.
That line.
Yeah.
Red
All right, guys.
Con.
Oh, shit. Yeah. 9line, Red Con 1.
All of these
Fan
also
Magazine. Oh, shit. Who are
Honey, they're in the
Brzenk Constructions.
description.
Yeah.
In the
Thank you,
description.
guys. 7K Medals, Match Performance Labs. Appreciate the support. God bless. Take care.
You guys have been awesome. Don't forget to subscribe, click that bell for notifications, this channel and John's. We'll see you guys tomorrow.